And I got more pictures of my dog than I do my kids. But I was just wondering when she said, "Oh yeah, Bullet, yeah, Carmetic's the one that made Nicole, not have you in certain groups." And I'm like, please, pull that up. She said she could pull up all these receipts, and I have never once been no fucking snap. No, I don't do jump calls at all, and I've never been in no snap with no fucking May. I don't even like being in a live with her, much less a fucking snap call.
Well,
I've never been in a jump.
I know you guys don't like May, and you guys have your reasons. As of right now.
But for May
as of right
to
now,
co-sign that and flat out lie, because she knows we ain't never. Shit. The first person I went through Savage's list of everybody she blocked, and I blocked the same motherfucking people, and May was the first fucking one.
right?
So for her to flat
I'm
out
sure you guys
lie
have your
and
reasons.
co-sign, but I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Like I'll pull that up anytime. Pull it up, bitch.
Right. She's been actually really supportive of certain things, so I got to give her credit for that. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad
I'm
about
not
her
gonna say
until she
anything
gives me
bad
a reason
about
to.
her because out of respect for your life.
I appreciate that.
And that's the only reason why I'm not. And May, ain't nobody forgot about you. But out of respect for Bullet, I don't need to talk about her.
I'm just saying, Carbatic. I really liked Carbatic. I was very upset that Carbatic left. And then she said talking about my dead pony. Just saying, Carbatic. I thought we had a baking soda bond.
You and that fucking baking soda. You probably still have that fucking picture too. And I swear to God, if you
Listen, I
say,
will pull
"Oh
that shit
please,"
up.
I swear to Bullet.
Oh please, just
Damn it.
fucking flame. I'm sure I've got it, but it's gonna take me a minute. I'm not pulling it up. Too lazy right
No,
now.
that's what you know me. I don't care if I don't fuck with a person. If I don't even like a person, at the end of the day, if I know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong with the truth, I stand up and say it. I don't give a shit. That's just being. That's always been me.
Listen, you guys. That. How do I say this? I don't have necessarily a problem with all of the Wreck-It crew. I mean, I think you guys do speak facts in a lot of things. I think you guys are awful vile in a lot of things, but who the fuck isn't on this side of TikTok? Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, what I would just really, one thing that really bothers me is I don't want anybody to sit here and believe that I unalived my horse. That really does, it gets to me because of everything that I have done in my life, especially like work with animal control. I know I probably shouldn't be saying this because it'll probably be used against me eventually, which is fine. At least I'm aware of that, right? I never, ever, ever would unalive my horse unless I absolutely had to. Like,
I didn't say anything
ever.
specifically about your horse. I did when you irritated me and said "fuck you" and the dead horse you rode in on. I did say that. But the only thing I said, what I found weird, which from an outsider's point of view, is that you had just found your horse unalived. You kind of stayed unalive, but you were also, it seemed, from an outsider's point of view, you were more worried about James getting in alive because some things you were confused on about him than you were with what just happened. You know what I
Now,
mean? And it was odd. It was very odd. I'm not going to lie to you.
no, somebody said something in the comments about that, about James. I see something was said in the
That
comments, and then I was repeating it, and I was like, "Well, James can speak for himself. Where's he at? Like, share live to him,
because it was about that
And something
night
about
he
Nicole or some
was
shit.
in Nicole's box and they were live together.
Yeah,
And
but I wasn't trying.
it just seemed like you were like, I just want James in here. I just want James in here. You know what I mean? And I'm sure compounded with just
Yeah,
finding your horse unalived, you know what I'm saying? You were still unalive, so it just was very odd. Yeah, I commented on it.
Well, you also have to understand that there's been a lot of situations that have been very, very stressful. That James has come in and he's said some just words that was like, okay, I'm good now. So maybe I did ask for him a little bit more, even though I didn't care where he was at. It just, I don't know. I've had that a couple times, and it was nice. So there's a little bit in between that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But as for the horse, listen, the horse was. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to wait till the person got off work to bury it. There was nothing I could do, and I wasn't going to sit out there and stare at it the entire
Well, I
time.
don't think
I
anybody
mean,
expected you to. Like
you
when you
know,
said, "What do you want me to do? Pet it?" Like nobody expected you to do that. You know what I mean?
no, I think I said, "What did you want me to do? Count the flies that collect on him?
No.
Like what? What am I supposed to do?"
It just is like when something is triggering like that is most people would be like, I gotta get out alive. You know what I'm saying? Now you might handle things differently, but it's just
No,
it's odd.
right. You also I get it. I get it because from an outsider looking in, if you don't know a lot of the things that I've done, it would look very odd. So I give you that. I really do. And I don't think that you guys are wrong for saying, "Wow, this is fucking weird." Listen, I've rescued horses for I don't know how long. This is not my first rodeo with a deceased horse. I've worked on court cases. I've had a man find out where I was at. I don't know how the fuck he did it. Something I was told about, there was somebody in the court system that leaked that information to him. He came here and directly fed his horse's glass. You know, I've had a lot of shit go on, and I've seen a lot of shit when it comes to horse situations and health, and you know, all of it I've had to deal with because I've rescued horses from skinny as fuck to bringing them back to health.
But you know how you should have handled
I
that?
mean,
You should have handled it. Well, that's your opinion, and you know everyone's entitled to it, and then kept it moving. And
right, yeah, and I over explain myself a
you
lot.
do,
I
you
do,
do, and I think it just escalated from
like just
there.
now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it escalates from there, and it's very easy for things to just avalanche like that. You know, a mountain out of a molehill. So now it's, you know, now you go around, you know, just I don't euthanizing animals, like you know, for the hell of it, because it's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that does get out of hand like that.
It does, and I think that's a lot of the situations with my brother as well. I can see and understand. Again, I can understand why people run with that shit. So don't think I don't. You know what I mean? Because I do over talk about my brother. I do over explain a lot of things about my brother, just like I do with the horse. That's why it's still being drugged. I get that. I respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, it's 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 a it is one of my best and worst traits. And, you know, sometimes you need that, sometimes you don't.
I mean, I think
And
it's
I just haven't found that in
you
between yet.
want people to understand so bad that you do overtalk it. You know what I mean? To see it from your point of view. And some people will, some people won't. And that's when you realize that they're not going to see it from your point of view. That's when you say, well, you know, that's your opinion. There ain't nothing I can look. You know
Right.
what the
And
expression is, Bullets? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? So if you want to do a horse reference,
You know what? I'm a horse trainer,
that's what
okay?
I'm.
I do amazing things.
Listen,
So when you tell me to lead a horse to water and I can't make it drink,
what?
I will fucking run that fucking thing in a circle until it
That's
drinks.
what.
You know?
That's how you deal with the animal situation. You know that people are talking about. Just say, well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And then that way, then go on to the next thing you want to talk about or something else. I mean, there's drama every goddamn day, so it's not like you're gonna run out
Have
of
you met me?
topics. Squirrel, I know.
Have you met me?
Squirrel, I know. Like, you know,
You know,
I mean, people have told you
I
this
mean, I'm just
before.
saying, have you
You
met
overthink things. You get over
have
emotional.
you met me?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you know, you get very defensive, and we'll be talking about one thing, and you'll correlate it maybe to your brother. That's not what people meant. You know what I mean? But then it does become an issue about your brother. You know what I mean? Because they're going to get defensive.
Right.
because they're like, well, that's not what I was talking about. And you're like, yes, it was. And then now you're defensive. The other people are defensive. And then now it becomes a hot mess.
So what you're saying is I talk in circles and I'm a human being.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That sounds.
See, I really am trying to work on a lot of that. I know you guys don't, I mean, some of you guys probably don't think that. There's a lot of things that I realize that I do that I really am trying.
But well, that's all you can do.
I'm not perfect.
That's all you can do is try.
And
You know what James says? Be a better person tomorrow than you were today. And that's all you can strive to be.
I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, I want to be a better person than I was yesterday, and I want to learn and stuff like that. And at the same time, I get stuck in a reality of trying to justify myself and justify situations until I feel like I need to let it go. And that is a problem that I have with myself, is that I won't let shit go until I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
And that is a best and worst trait that I have. It is.
It is. It is. You know.
Hey, you know what? The first step to healing is admitting you have a problem. You know.
It is. And you know, you kind of got to stop letting people bring it out in you too.
People piss me off.
Listen, people piss me off all the time too, but you know, I handle it differently than you do, and that's okay. You know, I encourage nobody to handle shit the way I do. First of all, it can get you in a lot of legal problems, but you know what I mean? But even on the internet, because sometimes it comes out of my mouth that I don't even expect, and I'll be like, God damn, bitch, you didn't have to do all that. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't regret anything, but you take everything as a life lesson, and you either learn and grow from it or you don't. You get stuck in a loop.
Right. And here's the thing, and the only thing that I really asked, and Sassy has done this somewhat. I think Marty did it straight up and then called it a day. Is that, you know, it was wrong about my brother. I don't hold a grudge. I try not to. And I think with Sassy is that she's so open about a lot of things, and she says what's on her mind, and sometimes doesn't stop, that it pisses me off even more. It kind of overlooks that apology. And that's nothing against you, Sassy. I don't want you to think that. I'm just explaining to you the difference between when I kind of shut up about Marty and why I haven't really shut up about you. And I'm just being honest with you. That's no hate towards you.
But
I do the same fucking shit.
But the one thing about Sassy is she does it to your face, says it to you. Will have no problem and actually will ask for a box to say, all right, you want to talk? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like what she has to say, she says it to your face. She don't do the behind the scenes. Oh, fuck, no, she's gonna say it to your face. Period. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And I also respect her for that, because she came in a box of a lot of people and said what she had to say, and she didn't have to fucking do that, but she did, and she owned her shit. Even though I didn't like the shit she said, she stood there and fucking held her ground, and that speaks volumes about somebody. Do I like what you said? Do I like some of the things you accused me of? Absolutely not. I'm not getting that twisted, but I'm just calling it like it is. I see the good in everybody sometimes, even when it's bad. And if it wasn't for that one right there, I would be like, fuck Sassy all the time. But that one right there has really talked a lot of sense into me about Sassy. Gigi. True story.
Sassy will
She
give
really
you
has. She doesn't say anything bad about you,
she
Sassy.
will give you the same energy that you give her. If you don't talk about her, she forgets about you. She's on to the next. Right, Retna? Right,
Hang on.
Retna?
TikTok T. TikTok T, do you have enough followers? You have enough followers to come in the box. Why don't you come in the box?
Oh, is that Stoner Hippie?
Come in the box. Aren't you Stoner Hippie? You got anything to say? You had a lot to say about coming in the box earlier.
I'll drop down.
Sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
I mean,
cut you off.
you
Just
two
saying.
can do a one-on-one. Kobe can drop down, I can drop down, and it would just be you two.
And you know what? Yesterday I used Sassy as my mouthpiece. So Sassy, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. I like how people said that. I used Sassy as my mouthpiece. No, I didn't. She was a mouthpiece of me. The fuck are you
You
talking
have
about?
to admit,
She was mouthpiece of
you have
herself.
to admit, Sassy will ask the hard questions. I
Yeah.
mean,
And I answered her
and she
question.
will ask the uncomfortable questions that some people maybe don't want to admit to themselves or admit to, you know what I mean? Or will make you think that I don't really have an answer to that.
You know, it was a very hard question to ask because there's so much accomplishments that I feel like I have made when she did ask me that question in the 2 years, and it was a question that I couldn't answer right away. I really had to think. I really had to
And,
think on it, and I'm
and,
kind of a detailed person when it comes
and
to
that's
stuff
what you
like
should
that.
have just told her. She wouldn't have hammered at you so much if you said, you know what? I know I do, but right now I can't think. And even giving her that much to say, you know what, that is something I need to look and say, you've got more to offer in your accomplishments than you do in the tragedies in your life. And I think in a roundabout way, that's what she was asking. What have you done? You know what I mean? And that's all you had to say was, I can't really answer that right now, but that maybe that is another topic for another
No,
day.
right, and I thought about it, and that picture of me breaking down and saying I was done with TikTok and stuff like that. That is an accomplishment that I've made in the 2 years. I'm not like that. I was able to stand up with Sassy and not be that way. You know what I mean? And hear all that shit and be okay. Like, it didn't break me down. It didn't do anything. And that is one accomplishment that I can say that I have made. Because if it was 2 years ago, I would have been done.
Right.
Like, I would have been just done mentally, and not to hurt myself. Don't ever get that twisted. I'm just saying, like, I would have been that girl in that picture or in that video 2 years ago.
So that is an accomplishment,
So,
but sometimes,
why are you always ratting out
listen,
him?
sometimes questions will catch you off guard where you can't right away think what your accomplishments is, but being in that confrontational situation, your brain will freeze.
It did. It did.
And there's nothing wrong
It
with that.
did. But it made me think.
And
Even though I hated the question, it really did make me think. Damn it, Sassy.
that's why she said she always likes to brag she's a good mediator. But don't puff her head up, please. Don't
Now,
puff her head up.
I
Because she'll want to be a
did
mediator in every
anybody,
live you have, Bullets.
well, according to some people in according to Stoner Hippie and a few others that were in the chat, Sassy is now my mouthpiece. So there's that.
Well,
You
if
know?
anybody knows Sassy, they know that she'll never be nobody's mouthpiece. Like she just, she's her own. She's her
No,
own. That's for sure.
I don't. I think that's what got me the most is how was Sassy my, what Sassy was, she was dogging me.
Like I don't know how you could be somebody's mouthpiece by asking questions. Like she was asking questions. So if she was your mouthpiece, she would have answered them for you.
She was being a mouthpiece to me. What the fuck? What kind of question is that? Look, what kind of, how do I say this? What kind of statement is that? Sassy was not my mouthpiece. She was the mouthpiece. Like, does that make sense? Did anybody hear what I heard? Because it wasn't her being a mouthpiece for me. Sassy, did you hear what I heard yesterday? Well, fuck.
I think she did address that.
But again, my question is, Stoner Hippie, where are you?
Oh, she's in here under the TikTok T
There,
account. Is she still here?
right. So come in the box, Stoner Hippie. What are you afraid of? Listen, do you want me to replay that recording? Because I know you said that you were going to come in the box.
Here, I'll drop because she probably thinks I won't drop.
That fake Sassy is asking questions about Reddit post. Oh, you think she left? Oh, did she run?
If she's
Do we need to play it again? I'm just asking for a friend. Look, everybody dropped. So Stoner Hippie, why don't you come in the box and let's talk about it? You are the one man that said that you wanted to come in the box, so let's go. Don't run now. I've been calling for you for 2 hours. I gotta go on mute real quick. Sorry, y'all. Hey. Hey. It just hatched out the egg. Gigi's got that chick. You asked Gigi. Gigi hatched that chick. It's still there. It just hatched out the egg. That's the picture that Gigi sent me that the baby just hatched not too long ago. It's still wet from hatching out. Gigi, she asked if the chick is healthy and okay. Oh, is it? Hi, Sailor. How are you? It's a picture. It's a picture. Hi, Nicole. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm not listening to your live, but I was told that you were listening to mine, so I hope you're having a good day. You know, let me know if you know who's behind that account. I would really appreciate it. Sounds like it's Stoner Hippie to me. The fact that she's still not come in and taken any accountability or did anything she said she was going to do. So I'm just wondering, since people are listening over there, do you want me to replay what was said? Do you guys want that, or for your records? You want that? Asking for my grandma. Y'all let me know what she says. What? They're in Sailors? For your records. For your records. Hi, May May. Oh, you was in a meeting? What's up, May May?
Hello.
Hey.
Um,
Have you heard the things that has been going on today?
I've got one thing and one thing to say, and then I'm gonna drop back down
Okay.
and I'm gonna leave because I need to be somewhere else. Stoner Hippie is not in your live. I know this because I have her on the phone. She is in court going in front of the grand jury for her DV. You know, that's
Okay.
fake that everybody's running around saying is fake. So could you please stop yelling her fucking name? I'm going to go now.
I did not know that.
I'm going to go now.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Hey, you know what? At least I ain't got to yell her name no more. I know what's going on. So. I'm not, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to respect that. I guess.